Hello, TikTok and YouTube world. Grilling and chilling. Welcome back, the man in black. We're doing the same old thing again. Little grilling and chilling. Sasha over on YouTube. I don't know what that is, but heck yeah, I agree with it. Heck yeah, I appreciate it, the man. You know what I do here? I try to get people to like and follow along, and ultimately get some subscribers and some followers to push my automotive nonprofit AuxAuto, fixing people's cars for that who can't afford it. Logan, I think I started that. I can start it and I will start it, but I can't start it every time. I'll end up starting it 17 times a night. Plus, here in a little bit when I get done making some 100% grass-fed burgers, I got to pull the car back in the garage. What up, Gina? How about this bluegrass? A little better than smooth jazz? No, that's the Charger orange, and then the 68 300 is the yeller. Best place I could say to get one is probably Facebook Marketplace, but the problem is they're so dadgum expensive these days. I need a 77 Monaco with cop tires, cop engine, cop suspension. When I pull these in the garage later, I'll pull the Charger in first, but then I might drag some gravel with the 300 if I can get it started again. Dragging gravel. It's pretty nice out here, but that heat from that little $40 grill feels pretty good. I think Amazon. I got to set up them over here, and then I got to set them over on the little art studio I built for my daughter. I can just keep them on all the time now. Plus, it looks kind of cool when you're driving by. It looks even cooler when I've got a car sitting on this concrete pad under the lean-to. It looks like it's kind of on display. But right now I got a trailer parked here. It's all locked up with chains, but I don't have my truck here. I'm driving a Malibu, so I can't pull the trailer out. I guess I could just push it back. I have had people stop by like that before, wanting to know about one of the sheds, how big it was. People randomly coming in. The deputies around here sometimes will stop in, which is cool. I actually saw my security cameras the other day. The deputies just came and parked for a little bit and hung out for like 30 minutes. I love cars too, the man. Cars and trucks and automotive transportation. Matter of fact, it goes even farther than that because it's not just cars and trucks, vehicles, it's transportations, it's the state road system, it's the highway system, it's the interstate system, it's the history of traveling and staying in hotels. It's how the music business is so closely related to the highway system. Suburbs and drive time. It's just everything I'm interested in. It kind of has. Plus, it's just history. I mean, these cars have been around since this one's been around since '68. This one's been around since '69. They're just drivable music. People don't really understand that. Also, like music, how closely related the interstate system is to the music business. Let me fix my internet. Braden Royalty. This is Friday night. This is what I do here on Friday nights. I used to go out to bars and hang out with friends. Well, here are my two friends. Here's my bar. Here's my neon lights. General's pretty great. I had to use the General to jump off the 68. Yeah, it's a lot more peaceful too. I'd much rather sit out here in the middle of almost nowhere, hanging out with Carol and hanging out with the General. My $40 grill. Where was that again, Gina? I think I just watched something on Ray Evernham. My we were talking about NASCAR, or when we were talking about Rays. I guess that's part of my algorithm now, because all my YouTube and my TikTok feed was a bunch of old NASCAR stuff from the 2000s. Yeah, I figured it was Charlotte. Everything's over there in Charlotte. You catch anything, Braden? No, I didn't catch him. I did get a notice on my thing that some of the comments were filtered. So I think if there's bad words or stupid things, it filters those out. I don't know if I'd call it cook, but I don't have one yet. People that make them, I could probably cut one out with a template, but I just don't have it yet. I don't have an excuse. Laziness. I'll accept responsibility for it. No, I didn't see the Iron Man. Heck yeah, what are you fishing for? I mean, I know why you fish, but what are you catching? Oh yeah. There's weights in the fish. John Taxon here. What's up? Mopar K. This is a dadgum party. You know, I didn't go out tonight because I just don't anymore because I'm too old. But this is better than a party. Chico, that's a 68 Chrysler 300. It's yellow, but it does look white in my romantic evening lights. '68 970 were the same body style. '71 they changed it up, but I still liked it even up until they got to the Cordoba looking Chargers. I don't hate those either. Stetson, that is a '69 Charger. Good eye, I can appreciate that. I don't even dislike the '66 and '67 Charger. Fastback. I think people that like Barracudas, people either love them or don't like them. There's like no middle ground for that. Braden, you talking about that fish you caught? Oh, he sent it to me. I got you. Hey, Chris, I've got the nice romantic evening lights on right now. Listening to some Appalachian music, or Appalachia, depending on where you're from. Oh, and for anybody that's been in here before, I had to shave my face, so sorry if there's like a shock once we go back in the shop later tonight. Dukes of Hazzard. Mopar K, that's the Charger 69. That's the 68 Chrysler 300. Yeah, it is always sideways. It's got a different front end to it. Them C bodies. Send it, the man. I may not be able to check it until I get off here, but I'll still get it. Oh, I know what you mean. Redbeard, it is also my dream car. Sounds like a romantic novel, a Ferrari and a square body. Actually, Mopar K, my first introduction to old cars is a 1972 Plymouth Gold Duster with a slant six. It was the car that my parents drove from Michigan to Georgia, Georgia to California, California back to Michigan, and Michigan to Tennessee. And then they parked it at our house growing up. That's the one we used to play Dukes of Hazzard in when we were little. Hey, Alan. Yeah, I can. It's hard to start it up every time somebody asks. I'd like to, but I also burn out a starter in one of my cars. Matter of fact, it was this one. But I'm gonna pull them in the shop here in a little bit, and I'll start it up. And I might even, if this car starts, I might even move some gravel around that's back here. That's right. Okay, now you know everything about them. The orange one's a 69 Charger. It is also mine. Sup, Lucas? Oh, and when I left, basically, when I came back today, I guess there was a bird that got caught in the shop because it decided to get angry and crap all over the cars. So each car had a little poopy, little dookie. The Roadrunner, little dookie. I'd like to see an airboat with a V8. That's all right, the man. Editor followed along. I think most people in here know what I do with AuxAuto, the automotive nonprofit. I basically hang out here in these relaxing environments and listen to some really cool music, showcase some cars, and try to get people to follow along and follow. And then eventually and hopefully I can use that to pay for AuxAuto Assist. I honestly wanted to do another one in December, but I don't think I'm going to be able to financially, which is not, I mean, it's okay. That's part of the nonprofit thing. So I think I'm going to try to reserve resources until January. Heck yeah, editor. Keegan, I'm in Tennessee. You can pretty much do anything you want as long as your car's safe in here, out here. Some states don't allow signage on their car because then it's considered a commercial vehicle. But there's nothing that prevents you from putting numbers on your car. Thank you for finding me, the man. Appreciate it, Ford. Not in Oklahoma, but I am in Tennessee. It's kind of close if you're looking at a world map. Hey, Ford Crown Vic, you know, I love those cars. Dean, that is a generally 1969 Dodge Charger. I've got the original 383 on an engine stand inside the shop. I can show you guys later when I go back in there once I eat some 100% grass-fed burgers. Now it's got a 440 from a 1973 RV in it. Yeah, come on back, the man. Hamad over on YouTube. You know what's up? The 67, 66 Chryslers. That one's a 68, but those were the same body styles. I don't have any Chevys, Dean, although I do got a lot of appreciation for the Impala. Too much. The 69. So much so that I wouldn't be able to afford another one if I wanted to buy one right now. I shouldn't say that because I probably could, but it would be a stupid financial decision. That was a perfect ending to that song. I guess technically you can kind of afford anything, depending on what kind of bank you go to. If you go to a hometown bank, more than likely you'll get approved more so than a branch or a chain. No, Ford. I'll call you Vic 06. I do have one of those tags though. That one's just a regular antique auto tag. I'm in Tennessee, so you can get antique tags, which I think you can do in any state, but you only have to buy them one time. Of course, there are some restrictions. You're not supposed to drive it as a daily. You're only supposed to use it for car shows on the weekends and for maintenance. It's been a blast. That car actually has a lot of sentimental value to it because there's a 2 or 3 stories that go along with it. Protecting assets from marital situations, surprise gifts, supposedly stolen. My dad made me think the car was stolen one time. Aaron, which one, the Charger or the 68? 2 hours and 33 minutes. That's not bad. Hamad over on YouTube. I appreciate you hanging out. I will tell you this, so AuxAuto is an automotive nonprofit. I come on here and showcase some of the cars that I have. I go in the shop a little bit later, but right now I'm also grilling dinner on my $45 grill. But I hope that one day the subscriptions and the follows and all that. I got YouTube on one phone and I got TikTok on another. And I hope that one day it can pay for these AuxAuto assists. Basically, AuxAuto provides financial mechanical assistance to people that depend on their transportation for living. Right now, what I'm currently doing, my model, is I'm paying the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicles safe or operational. I've done 15 of them so far to the tune of about 15,000 bucks. And I'm hoping to be able to do a lot more in the future, which is why I come on live and try to promote it. And talk about things, talk about cars, talk about life. We'll talk about anything. Talk about music. Also happens to be an interest of mine. We can talk about grilling, but you're not going to learn anything from me grilling. Weston, man, those things are worth some money. All the Toy General stuff. I saw a lunchbox going for sale, a Dukes of Hazzard lunchbox. So I have a lunchbox and a thermos and a TV tray and stuff in the back of this that I use for display. But that thing was selling for 125 bucks. It's me, Freddie. Dude, I'm just a big fan of Mopars. I've got a 69 Imperial and a 69 Newport that I'm putting together. That one's a New Yorker. But the 71s, yeah, that was after they were all trying to mimic the airplane style. Fuselage, that's what it's called. No, Joshua, it doesn't have a Hemi in it. I have the original engine for it. Hauling at 150 proof moonshine. Oh, but Joshua, it has a 440 in it now that I put in there. It's from a 73 RV. Aaron, I'm in the beautiful and wonderful state of Tennessee, specifically Middle Tennessee. Joshua, obviously it's not generally original. It's a replica, but the interior and the engine and the transmission and the drivetrain is all original. We were talking about this one time on the live, but I was considering at one point getting it restored back to fender code. But that paint job wasn't cheap, and like those aren't decals, those aren't stick-ons, those are painted on. So I really would hate to get rid of all that. Blaine, it's not even running right now. I am going to pull them in the garage here in a little bit once I get done making my dinners and grilling out on my $45 Walmart grill. No, but I will. James, I'm a fan of keeping old cars on the road no matter how you do it. I don't even dislike it when I see people putting electric engines in some of these old cars. The thing is we're only stewards of them for a little while because they will outlive us. And if somebody puts an electric motor in a 69 Charger right now, and then in 40 years, the electric motor is, well, it's going to be gone in 10 years. Somebody else could take that car, since it's still in use, and put an engine back in it. So I like it when people keep them on the road. Nicholas, I'm in Tennessee. Well, actually, I'm right here. But yeah, I'm in Tennessee. Over on YouTube. Yeah, they did kind of taper off after 73. Ron, I'm working on a 79 Ford truck for somebody. Family's had it since it was new. And I sort of got it done, but then we talked about it and decided to go ahead and replace the fuel tank and some fuel lines. So I've got it in the shop right now on the lift with the bed off of it. And I'm hoping, I need to put some time into that this weekend. Mountain Dew, that's a Tennessee thing right there. East Tennessee. BS 73, I don't know, but I could conservatively, I'd say it's probably about 50 or 60,000 bucks, only because I still have the original engine and it's got the original transmission in it. I've seen some go for less. Plus, all of the body, all of the metal's been replaced that was rusted. Those typical rust spots where the hood meets the quarter panel on the back, where they put the vinyl tops on it, was all smoothed out. Which one's pineapple? Share it away, the man. You know what I'm doing here. Showcasing some of my stuff. Trying to get people to follow along. Wyoming's in here. What's up? Promoting my automotive nonprofit where I right now, what I've kind of morphed into is paying shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicle safe or operational. I tell you what, one of the cool things, I'm going to go on a little, not really a rant, but a little speech here. So if I miss what you're saying, I'm sorry. So as I've been going live on here, I've met some people that actually have real shops. Like the stuff that I do here that I work on are basically my projects and the things that I'm doing, either voluntarily for somebody else or I'm working on my project. So I don't do anything here commercially. But I've met some people that actually have real shops that do real work on real people's cars, and they're from places that aren't around where I'm from. So in order to pay for somebody's shop bills, I really kind of have to have a vetting process because I can't just send money out everywhere because I don't know whether they're being true or honest or they're just telling me a story. And that's not what I want to do, because when I get money from people to put into other people's cars, I'm entrusted to use that financially responsibly. So it's hard to do that. A lot of times, or every time, these AuxAuto assists come from somebody that I know through somebody. So it's kind of a personal connection. But I've met some of these folks that actually have real shops, which is cool because we've talked a few times, we've communicated, and I can verify that they actually own a business because you can look that stuff up. And what's kind of cool is in the future, I hope to be able to, like one of them, I'll just go ahead and say Moore's Garage comes in here sometimes. Let's say he's got somebody that comes into his place and is like, listen, this is a great person. They've been a customer forever. They need all this stuff on their car and they just can't afford it. I'm more inclined to be able to do something like that for somebody because of the people that I met in these lives, which is awesome. This concludes my talk. I appreciate that, Joshua. That's the other thing, because I don't come in here asking for money. I think there's like there's a new business model, I think, that can be had. So I've made a little bit of money on TikTok and a little bit of money on Facebook and not so much on YouTube, but I think that it's one of those things where it could certainly help out. Missing 2 cylinders. Your other dream car is a 68 Chrysler 300? Hey, share it with me, man. I'll follow you. But I have got financial contributions. But like I said, it is also a responsibility of mine. AuxAuto is a 501c3 in the state of Tennessee. And the state kind of strongly suggests that you be financially responsible, so you're not defrauding people, because they'll come in, they'll audit you, they'll tear you apart. I was part of a nonprofit back in the day. We made a movie, and it turned into a nonprofit company. We ended up raising $2.5 million to find a cure for muscular dystrophy. And we got audited in that process because we ended up making so much money. But it was one of those things where the IRS just checks every little detail because they don't want you as a company to be irresponsible with other people's money. Yeah, man, I'll probably be on pretty late tonight. Like I said, I'm not going out to the bar. I'm out over on YouTube. I appreciate you hanging out. The Mad Hatter. Appreciate it, Jack. Plus, in the state of Tennessee, in order to set up a nonprofit, there's a couple steps you got to go through. But you also have to have a board. So basically, like me, I'm the president of AuxAuto, but I also have people that I have to share decisions with. And I have to have yearly meetings, and we have to document those on minutes. And so every decision, I can't just go out and make decisions. 3 people have to decide on those decisions. So again, if you're getting money from people, the state's like, all right, do that, set this up, make sure that you're not wasting people's time and energy and efforts. Which one, Yoda? $239, that's awesome. You know, I found an error in a Dukes of Hazzard episode that I don't think I haven't seen a video on before. Same thing, Joshua. I don't care what it is. I like the fact that somebody's got an old piece of junk and they put the time and effort and energy into it and they get it running and they're keeping it alive. I don't even care if they don't even do work on it. If they pay somebody else, they're providing somebody else the opportunity to feed their family. Missing 2 cylinders. I think the reason the original... I got some sparkles or some confetti. Speaking of which, man, I love confetti cake. That's my favorite. Anyway, fat guy ADD. I did not dislike the 2005 Dukes. I thought the driving was great in it. That jump broke a world record. The drift around that center of the town was pretty awesome. I don't know. I don't really know why the original cast didn't like it. Because if you watch the very first episode of the Dukes of Hazzard, it's very similar to the 2005 version, where they're chasing around ladies and doing illegal things. Kentucky Life. Are you the Kentucky Life? Parts guy, the Chargers No, like the Kentucky Life, like that came down to Putnam County one day and did a video with Mahan. With all the Dukes cars. Dude, I'm a huge fan of you. Like just recently though, because I saw you doing that video with Mahan at his salvage yard, and then I realized like you had 100,000 followers or whatever. I was like, where has this guy been all my life? But yeah, Mahan, he's the guy that I call whenever I can't figure stuff out. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, you'll get one. I know, Kentucky. You're a very determined individual. I can guarantee you that you'll have one. Y'all got to go check out Kentucky Life. I was this excited when Northeast Ohio came in here one time. I appreciate that. I want to send you a message if I can. Northeast Ohio came in here one time, and I thought it was a spam account because I was fanboying on him too, like I am Kentucky Life. The man in black, I think you're having a spasm. Yeah, I sit in some of those Kentucky Life lives too. Y'all gotta go check him out. What is this thing? Is this a rocket ship? A level ship? I don't know what that was, but that was pretty cool. Matter of fact, Kentucky, you still in here? Oh, dude, I would love that. Hell yeah. Kentucky Life. We'll go take a cruise in the General, and we'll go down to this little restaurant that's close to here. The guy built it. He built it with the timber that he cut down on the property. It's a really cool place, and I will take you and your crew out to dinner over there. But yeah, Kentucky, there was a speech that you made on a recent video that I saw about the truck that you got, that you wanted, and you figured out a way to make it happen. You may have made it a while ago, but I just recently saw it. But I like it when the younger generation has, because that's like Weston Chaplin had kind of the same video one time where he was talking about what he used to do and the things that he wanted to do, and people thought, well, that's just kind of ridiculous. But he did it anyway, and he became successful, and that's what you're doing, so it's pretty awesome. Oh, yeah, I know. That's why I feel like that's why I like watching your videos. You don't say bruh after every sentence or say 6-7. But yeah, that would be cool. Y'all come down here. '70 to '73 Trans Am. Yeah, the man, you gotta share the live. Everybody that's in here is already supporting it, so it's kind of like a moot point. Yeah, that's you got to share it to them, not anybody in here. Everybody in here is already. I don't even know how to say your name, Cade, but I appreciate it. I can't open this pack of burgers. Like these things are supposed to be like you peel the back of it here, and I can't even do it. Oh, Kentucky. I think I can't remember where exactly you're from up there, which you don't have to say it. But I've got some deep roots in Kentucky, like Hickman County, and my grandmother's from up there, and I've got a lot of people buried in some cemeteries up there. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it is Hazard. Yeah, just needs one more Z. But yeah, my grandmother was born in. Matter of fact, I saw a census record, and it was in Hickman County. I can't remember the highway, but on the census, it was so old and it was so far out in the country that it said that my grandma lived where the highway road ends and meets the county road. That was the address. A raffle. The Lee's got a 440 from a 1973 RV in it right now, but originally it was a 383. All right, the man. I'm about to restrict you to one comment every 5 minutes. Your copy paste button is getting a lot of work. Oh, I got it open. I got it open. Carl or Can? Yes, they are real. Thank you, Case. Thanks for hanging out. I will say this, though. There's a couple of people that are a little bit newer here. AuxAuto is an automotive nonprofit. At this point, what I've kind of morphed into is paying the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicle safe or operational. I come on here and try to promote it and talk about stuff, talk about life stuff, and hopefully get people to follow along. And one day I can pay for all of these AuxAuto assists. I've done 15 of them so far, to the tune of about 15,000 bucks. They come out to about 1,000 on average, but sometimes, you know, they're $300 or $400. I don't think you can go to a shop and get out of there for any less than $300 or $400 these days. A lot of these, you go to a shop and they figure out what's wrong with it, and it's going to cost $300. And some of them have been $2,500, so it kind of varies. But anyway, that's what I'm doing here. And then I showcase some of the things that I have and walk around Auxland, the automotive nonprofit, and just get people to follow along, hopefully. You got a die cast of that, Parker? No, I never outran the police in a Lee. Maybe in a Suburban. Got those power brakes in the General Lee. Appreciate it, Lucas. Yeah, Kentucky, I'm going to send you a message. when I get off here later tonight. This is what I'm doing tonight. I was either going to do this or go out to a bar, and I realized that I don't really fit in bars anymore because it's just me and I look like an idiot. So I come on here and do live stuff and try to promote my automotive nonprofit. I started doing it out here because I'm always in the shop, but I always tell people, like, there's a 1,200 acre farm on the other side of here, and it's gorgeous during the daylight. So I started doing lives while the sun was going down. Well, I mean, why not, right? So I'm just out here grilling by myself. Why not go live and then, you know, meet people and talk to people? Oh, yeah, Kentucky. We'll hit it up. I think you'll like that place, too. It's pretty new, but the guy that owns it is pretty awesome. So then I'll pull these cars back in the shop, and then I'll keep going live throughout the night because, I mean, what I'm doing here is just trying to promote my automotive nonprofit. But I don't come on here asking for money like I was saying before. I just try to stay on here for a long time and talk about stuff, get people to subscribe and follow along. Sometimes we listen to smooth jazz, but today I thought I'd switch it up because I had to shave. Got that country going on. Oh, I broke that one. I will break you. That was horrible. Yes, and it's very relaxing. Of course, I can't do my sophisticated voice when we're listening to this. I'm going to have to do this voice here with this kind of music, but it's still relaxing. It's just a little more country. Appreciate it, Lee. Bentley, I can start it, but I'm not going to. It's hard to start it every time somebody wants me to because I actually burnt the starter out in the 68. But I'm going to pull them in here in the shop here in a little bit, and I'll start it up. No, it's not a hassle. I just do it a lot, so I've kind of restricted myself. Kentucky, yeah, it's supposed to be modeled after the original from the TV show. Matter of fact, the decals on it are all authentically from like the first 5 episodes when they had the cross flag in the back under the rear glass. But I didn't change the interior because the interior is still pretty original. And I don't have the push guard on the front yet because I just haven't got one. This car is pretty much an all original Dodge Charger aside from the paint. So I didn't really want to bolt on or weld on a push bar yet. But I've been contemplating restoring this car back to its fender code, which is B5 blue. But honestly, that paint job wasn't cheap, even though it was done in 2007. Those aren't stickers; they're actually painted on. So I think eventually I'll put a grill on there, or not a grill, but a push bar. Bryson, I will when I pull it in there. I don't have the teardrop CB antenna. When I did have a CB in there, I just had the regular, like a K40. But I've got that CB in my work truck now. I call it an almost replica because, I mean, people know what it is. But I've honestly also thought about just replacing the whole interior with a tan one, that saddle tan. Because if I'm not, of course I could hang on to the interior, but if I change the whole interior to tan, I might as well just try to go as authentic as possible. Oh yeah, and the roll cage. It does have a V8, Bryson. It's got a V8 from a 1973 RV. It's a 440. The original 383 is in the shop over here, which I can show you when we go in there after I eat my burgers that I broke in half. Jed, the crazy thing about this car, it's It's got a 73 440 in it, and that's after they detuned them and they lost all that horsepower. Originally, it had a 383 in it, and then the 383 had 330 horsepower, a little higher compression. I've got a 69 Roadrunner in the shop in here, and it's got a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner 383 with 335 horsepower, but it also has the compression of a 1969 engine. I've got the same exhaust on this car that I have on the Roadrunner, glass packs, and they sound completely different. I'll take that, Jed. I got a video a couple ago where I compare the 69 Charger to the Roadrunner, and it is completely different. Although the 69 Roadrunner, the exhaust exits out of the right in front of the back wheels, and on this car it goes over the axle and to the back. It is a little bit different. Levi, only if they like classic cars. Oh man, I broke this guy. It's a good thing I'm only a little hungry. We got something we want to talk about. I will choose. Okay, I'll go with that. What was it, Gina? I missed it. Richard over on YouTube. Hello, I'm in Tennessee over here. Thank you, user 838484447. Appreciate it, country kid. Welcome back, Braden. It's also my dream car, country kid. Are you my son? You got it, Will. I'm just kidding, country. Yeah, it ain't cheap anymore. That's 100% true. I got a CDL Class B, and I drive heavy trucks. Yeah, Will, I am going to pull these cars in here in a minute. I'm going to eat some of these burgers I'm cooking on my $45 Walmart grill. And I'll pull them in there. I'll start them up. Dang, country kid, we're probably the same age then. Butters the Goat, slant 6, indestructible. A friend of mine had a slant 6 in his 65 Dodge Dart, and we tried to blow that engine up, and we just could not. Heck yeah, Jed. You know about those Ford F550s then? Country, how were you 8 when that show came out? Maybe I misread that. Oh, I see. So you were 8 when he introduced you to it. That makes more sense. I misunderstood what you were saying. Appreciate it, Will. Oh, I broke that thing. Oh, and I also used to play drums for a living. The man, I got it. I'll get the link when I get off of here, but you got to quit sending that. Dylan, no, it's just a regular 1969. No, it is not one of the Ford Crown Vics. It is it's an actual 69 Charger. Chajar. It's a 69 Chajar. .352 Chevy. That is, in fact, a 1969 Dodge Charger. Too much Jorge Garcia. Just because I don't want to sell it. No, 352. That's it's not a Cadillac. That's a 1968 Chrysler 300. I got that when I started getting back into cars. I spent a good portion of my adult life raising my kid, so I didn't work on cars for a long time. And as she got older, I wanted to find another Charger, and I couldn't because the cheapest one I could find was $14,000 for a rusted out, no engine, no interior, no glass piece of junk. 14 grand, so I couldn't afford that. So I ended up finding this 1968 Chrysler 300 for $2,500, and it was actually pretty close to where I live. Before I bought this 68 300, I drove down to Alabama because I was looking at a 73 Charger, and they wanted $5,000 for an absolute mess of a car. And I just couldn't bring myself to do it because it would have needed. It was bad. It was really bad. But it was it was a Charger, so they wanted money for it. So I came back all sad, and then I ended up finding this 68 300, and I was like, well, it's not a Charger. It's a four-door, but it's got a 440 with a 727 in it. I'm familiar with that because I took this car apart when I was 16 or 17 years old. I took the engine apart. It was also a big block. So that's why I found the 68. And then I got into these C-bodies. After the 68 came a 74 New Yorker, a 69 Imperial, a 69 Newport, and then eventually I was able to get another B-body, which was a 69 Roadrunner. But I have yet to get another Charger, and I would like to because I like them. Of course, I like all the B-body cars. I like all the Chryslers. I like everything. Hey, Braden, I've got a 69 Imperial, and what I really want to do with that is put like an old Detroit diesel in it and put an air brake system in it. because those 69 Imperials are basically trucks. They're so long, and they got huge frames, and I think it would be cool. Hold on, I got to do the puzzle piece. I think it would be cool to put a diesel engine in the Imperial with an air brake system. Heck yeah, Dwight. 352. All right, the man. I'm cooking 100% grass-fed burgers. They're just easy to do. Everything I make out here is just on this little $45 Walmart grill. I'm trying to, Jacob. No, 352. I'm just cooking on the grill right here, and got the cars up here. How do you break a burger? Oh, I know. Heck yeah, Timothy. As I stuff my face with burgers straight off the grill. Hey, Jesus, that's a 68-300. I will here in a second because I'm going to start them up, pull them in the garage, and I'll keep live streaming from in there with the car in the background, see if anybody wants to come in and say my background's fake because that happens a lot. Gina knows. Timothy, I missed that first part, but I'm assuming you're talking about a car. But yeah, that is sad. We know 207's favorite cat. Oh, 69 442. 404 barrel. Oh, what was the two? Was it positive traction? Depends on what you want to do with it for a weekend. You're going to take it on a nice date, take it up to the cabins, would like to see that record. Come on, Jason. As long as you're of legal age and you're not trying to entrap me with ABC. Yeah, as long as we don't fall in the lake. Where you at, in Wyoming? I've done that before, Jed. Was it Jed or Jeb? I did burnouts in it before I put the new tires on there. I remember that game too because I thought it was cool how they redid the introduction. Yeah, Gina, it's weird because they didn't restrict it on this account for AuxAuto, but on my other one where I do like primarily music stuff, they blocked that one. It's kind of weird. But then one time I was trying to do a live where I had the camera mounted in the Charger and I was driving, and it blocked me from doing lives for like a week. Matt McNeil, yep, Tennessee. You must know something about Tennessee. Sorry, I'm making my hamburgers. Jed, it's got the decals on, although they're not decals, they're not stick-ons, they're actually painted. But it's got them that replicate the early first 5 episodes of the Dukes. Yeah, it's a green screen. Green screen. DJ, I am going to start it up here so I can pull it back into shop shortly. Matt McNeil's in Robertson. Wait, do I know you? Did you go to MTSU? There's a couple lakes around where I am. All right, so because I went to school with somebody named Matt McNeil. Well, I love Robertson County too. So you down in Chattanooga, or as I used to say when I was a kid, Chattanooga. All right, Chase, too much because I don't want to sell it. Glitch, it grumbles. No, I'm south of there, but I'm familiar with Overton County and Putnam. Sort of Dodge. I put the 440 that's in there. Came out of an RV from 1973, and I disassembled it and refreshed it and put it back in there. Never meaning no harm. No Dodge. It's just it's like it came out of the factory. It's not a high horsepower. I put that engine in there because I spun a cam bearing in the original 383 that was in the car, and I just want to drive it and I want to put miles on it because I like cruising. I like cruising through back roads, and that's what's in there right now. But after Mo Party last year, I was really kind of I'm contemplating kicking things into another gear and maybe doing like a big horsepower build for one of these cars I got. Sure is, Nick. That's a good point, Gina, as I stuff my face with another 100% grass-fed burger. So I got a couple of my cars here. I like to showcase these. I got TikTok on one phone here and YouTube on the other one. And I come on here and try to promote my automotive nonprofit, which is AuxAuto. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicles safe or operational. And I try to get people to follow along and promote it. And hopefully one day those subscriptions and follows turn into a way to pay for these AuxAuto assists. AuxAuto, in and of itself, is a 501c3 in the state of Tennessee. Tax exempt nonprofit corporation. Nick, it is also AuxAuto. It should have the same picture of me in the old yellow suit in front of the 74 New Yorker. No, it's not a movie car. It's a replica. It sure does, Sharpie. I'm also a big fan of your markers. It is the Dukes of Hazzard, but it's not like a screen-used one. 334 goes. So that's the thing. You ought to find one, whether it has a RT or not. That one's not an RT. But you can still make a general out of it. No, I don't have any. I got a lot of friends that know a lot of the crew, but I'm not in that circle to my own which is my own fault because they do a lot of stuff with the cast members. It's just hard to it's hard to be available for some of that stuff. But everybody else that I know that has a general around where I am, they go to all those events. And matter of fact, they were all at the Somerset, Kentucky jump. I love my Honda. I honestly, I come on here to promote my automotive nonprofit, which is AuxAuto. It's a 501c3 tax-exempt nonprofit in the state of Tennessee. I pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicles safe or operational. So I come on here as much as possible, quite literally as much as possible, and I try to promote it. Like tonight, I'm gonna probably do this for another couple hours. Once I get done out here, because I just got done eating, I'm gonna pull these cars back in the shop, and I'll sit in there and sit in front of the phone and do it some more. Definitely a green screen. The shop will be the green screen. Bonanno. I remember you, because every time I see your name, I think it says Bonnaroo. The trucks, I used to love those things, man. They got that 318 in it, or the 360. Now, Mess Masters, Bonnaroo was in here pretty, I wouldn't say frequently, but on many occasions. But when I'm in the shop, the way the lighting is, it's just, and the way the phone is, it does look like the background's fake. So a lot of people come in and they claim that it's fake and they want me to go touch the car. It's kind of a joke, but what I do now is I'll get them to follow, and then I'll go, I don't know, touch the car. It's kind of our deal. It's missing. I don't have the push bar on there. Yippee. This car's got quite a bit of a story, a sentimental story with me and my father. But originally when we got the car, it was a $6,000 purchase back in the late 90s. Yeah, they run. I love my Honda. I'm getting ready to pull them into the shop and then continue doing live from in there. I make some dinner on my $45 grill out here at Auxland. This is basically the other side of Auxland. Got a music studio, a memorabilia room, a sleeping room. Auxland is another business venture that I started, which is the whole complex here that houses AuxAuto, the automotive nonprofit. Now, 334, I need that car, but that one that's sitting here is a 68 300. I tell you what, it's oh man, the wind bloweth and the wind taketh. I think I have to jump off the 68, so I'm going to see if that starts. If it doesn't, I got to jump it off with the charger, so I'm going to have to start that anyway. If it does, I'm going to pull the charger in the shop, and then I think I'm going to mix some gravel up in this one. We'll see. But I'm going to transition back into the shop here shortly, so I'll sort of be absent, but I'll still be here. Still smells like burgers. Yeah, Jojo. I did a burnout in the 68 300 a couple of days ago, and ever since then, it just is not cooperating. I think it's got a short. Gina, I think it's the starter on that car. That's going to be my guess. There we go. I got my homemade koozie. Got my shop background in there. Well, hello, Gina. Welcome back. Ah. Whoop. There we go. Nope. Yep. Okay. I did. I got that. I got a fuel tank. I'm ready to put in that 79 Ford. That's what that is. 79. What do you got in there, JoJo? That's got a 351 in it. Oh, it's got a 302. You just said that. Proud vet. I literally just got in here, and I'm like, whose shop is it, for one? And second, what do I got to do to prove it to you? I can throw my hat back there. My other hat. I don't know what to do with my hands. Yeah, I just pulled it in here. So I think the 300, I think that it is the starter, because it doesn't even turn over. I can't imagine it being someone else. Here, Proud Vet. Ready? Man, you're gonna make me fix my pants. I got my jeans tucked into my boots, and I gotta go prove it. But here's the deal: if I prove it, you gotta follow along. I think the starter that I put in there was one out of the 69 Imperial. So it was older. This is the original starter for this 68. But I put that one from the Imperial in there, and it was kind of old because I bought a new one. It's over here, but it didn't quite fit. This is the mini starter that I bought, but the problem is when it sat in the engine, all these connector pieces here rubbed up against the block, so I couldn't get it bolted in there. So that's probably what it is. Here's the new one, and then here's the old one. But they are rebuildable, so I hung on to it. I've had that Charger since the late 90s. What's up, Meow? Meow, I've already got called out for being a green screen, but I think they left. No, sorry, Meow. I had to go to a funeral, so I had to look good. It'll come back though. It grows back. Oh, Kay's on here. Appreciate that, Meow. Look, Kay. I just pulled the Generally in here. If I keep starting these cars and I keep burning things up on them, the 300 is now got to sit outside all night. I had the 300 and the Charger outside while I was grilling some stuff, and now the 300 won't start, so it's probably going to sit outside. And I got to figure out a way to get it back in here and then put another starter on it. But you know, that's the fun part. It's always something. I did. I tried to trip the starter and then tried to bang on it with. Oh, it's still in the Charger. Big old screwdriver. Didn't seem to work. We'll just have to figure some stuff out. Mr. Piggy, that is a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner. It is very close to a satellite, so that is a good eye. Trigger, it's a brand new battery. I bought a new battery for this Ford truck, and I bought a battery for that 300. Everything else works. It just won't turn over. I'm pretty sure it's a starter. Oh, thank you, Mr. Piggy. I just transitioned from outside under the pavilion into the shop. Trigger, this is out of a 1969 Chrysler Newport. I bought that car to use some of the structure pieces for a 69 Imperial project that I got going on. And I took the seat out and I put it on wheels so I could scooch around the shop on it. Jeremiah knows what's up with TNN. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Is that backwards? Now it's correct. And it's different. I got TikTok on one device. I got YouTube on the other one. And now they're opposite because you can't switch that on. It is not a 2016 Dodge Charger, but that is close. Welcome back, Blaine. I would, Kevin, but if I play music in the background that somebody else owns, it flags my video and says you violated some copyright laws, and I don't want to do that. So I've got some royalty-free Appalachian music playing in the background. Usually it's smooth jazz, but tonight I just wasn't feeling the smooth jazz. I figured that's what you meant, 69 Charger, Jason. Yeah, Blaine, they actually all run. There's a Corvette back here. Well, the Corvette doesn't run and the 68 doesn't run because I just realized that it doesn't run. I pulled it out because I had it on video earlier and now it won't start. No, I don't sell any. That's my problem. I buy them and fix them up with the intention of selling them, but then I never sell them. Not a really good business model, but really that's not my intention anyway, because I tend to like these cars that I find and I buy. The truck's not mine. The family that's owned this truck has owned it since it was new, and it caught fire about 5 or 6 years ago, and I'm trying to get it running for them at no cost to them. AuxAuto is a 501c3 in the state of Tennessee. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicles safer operational, and I come in here and try to promote it and get people to follow along and subscribe, and hopefully one day all that stuff turns into a way to pay for these AuxAuto assists where I pay for the maintenance on their car to make them safer operational. That gum old Ricky Bobby. Jason, I sort of did. The original engine in that car is a 69 383, and it's on an engine stand back here. I've got it disassembled because I spun a cam bearing in it. So a couple of years ago, I got a 1973 440 that I took apart and refreshed, put back together, and I put inside this Charger, so I could just have a cruiser and I could put miles on it and not really worry about engine dynamics. Kevin, I don't know. I wouldn't slide across this one. I'd probably fall off on the other side. Jim John, that is a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner. It's got its original 383 4-speed in it. It's actually pretty much all original except for the radiator and the water pump. No, Trigger, I did not. I wore not this stuff. It was a little more formal. Two turnt garage. No, it's the bed's lifted up because I'm putting a new fuel tank on it and new fuel lines, and I figured it would be easier just to lift that thing up, put that stuff in there. The family that owns that 79, everything in here, else in here is my stuff, but that 79, the family's owned it since it was new. It's kind of like a family heirloom, so I'm trying to get it running for them. Jim John, that's right. It's got the A12 axle package. When I first was introduced to this car, the original owner passed away. So his daughter got a hold of me and was like, hey, I don't know what to do with this car. Somebody offered me $5 grand for it. And I was like, for the love of everything holy in this world of the galaxy, do not sell that car for $5,000. And I went and looked at it, and what she had at the time was an all original, unmolested, 4-speed, big block, original engine, optioned, documented car. This thing's got its original window sticker, its original estimate, its original bill of sale. It's got mathematic notes that the original owner was trying to calculate the options on it and see if they could pay for it. I mean, it's got like probably 8 to 10 pieces of documentation on that car. And then I just ended up having to have it because I was gonna fix it, sell it, list it, make videos of it, and use the money for my automotive nonprofit AuxAuto. But it turns out that it's garnered more YouTube views and TikTok views than any project that I have. So I'm going to hang on to it and keep showcasing it to try to get people to follow along here to the little project that I got going on. Sold his Roadrunner in 75 for $850. Man, that is unfortunate, but I feel his pain because I sold two 1968 Dodge Chargers in 2003 for $3,500. And I should have probably not done that. Big mistake. Oh yeah, I love that pea green soup color. I like the bronzes and the pea greens, and I think is it F12. I can't remember. The browns, the yellows. I don't know. I'm more partial to those than I am the greens and the yellows. Oh, appreciate it, Edward. Hey, I'm just trying to get people to follow along and subscribe. I'm doing everything I can here. Jason, it really depends. That Charger's got a lot of sentimental value to it because it's like a me and dad thing. At one point in its life, my dad made me think that car was stolen while it was getting the rear quarters replaced. Appreciate it, Jim John. I'm becoming an old man, so yes, it is also my dream that I'm keeping alive. Edward, that is a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner with a Plymouth Roadrunner 383 in it, 4-speed. Ben, it's its original 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner 383, but now it's bored out, 30 thousandths over, and I got some machine work done to it because when I originally got that car running, I could never get it tuned right, and when I did get it running, and I would drive it. It's a 4-speed, but it felt like it was slipping between 1 and 2. And what was happening is the thrust bearings wore out. So the whole crank, when I would accelerate, the whole crank would shift, and it would shift off of the clutch plate. So it felt like it was slipping. So if I didn't get that stuff fixed, it would have been a catastrophic engine failure. So now it still has its original engine in it, but it's bored 30 thousandths over. It's got new pistons in it, new rings in it. The connecting rods were measured and mic'd and spec'd and ground. The crank was fixed and polished, and the cam was reground. So it runs pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Edward, that Ford truck's got a 351 modified in it. It does run now because I had another donor truck that I picked up in Kentucky a few months ago, about last month, and it had all the parts I need on it that to get it running. Dirty South, lay it on me. Let me see if I can help out. 52 cards in a deck. Now, Jason, I've got the Charger, the Roadrunner, got a Corvette back there, I got a 68 300, I got a 74 New Yorker, I got a 69 Imperial, I got an 88 Fifth Avenue, I've got a 69 Newport, and then a couple other cars like a Neon and a Cobalt. That's a lot of cars, Ben. But they're all enclosed. They're all taken care of. Well, no, not really. Some of them are parts cars. But all the working ones are usually in the shop, except for the 68. Thanks, the man. I still feel old. My back hurts. My knees hurt. Yeah, Carol's not running, Gina. I don't know what her deal is. I feel bad though because she got to sit outside. It might rain tonight. But I mean, I need to clean all that rubber off from that burnout. Which car did you see before? Heck yeah, Ben's got a Charger. No, Dale, that ain't no Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt wouldn't be on here peddling his automotive nonprofit. Gabe, it is also my favorite car. Man, I'm going to have to go with that 69 Roadrunner. Yeah, it's an AI bed lift. I got that lifted there. I'm trying to get the fuel tank replaced. I got a kid coming in here tomorrow, picking up his car he's had stored out here for a little bit. So I guess it's good the 300's not in here because we'll pull it up in here, try to work on it. I'll walk around all of them here in a minute. What is it? 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, maybe 10:30. I'll do a walk around of some of these cars, and that'll be kind of the conclusion. It's kind of difficult to walk around the car every time somebody asks, and I get it, and I feel kind of stupid saying that, but like people will come in and they'll want me to start the car, and then I'll start it, and then they'll leave. But then I end up starting the car like 7 to 12 times, and it's just not good. That's probably why the 300's having some issues. But I'll go around them all. Plus, if you follow along and subscribe, I do tours of these vehicles, so they're all over my socials. Oh, and I like the cars for all different reasons. The Charger I like because of the history that we have with it. The Roadrunner's got such documentation, and it's got a cool story. I bought it from the daughter of the original owner. It's my koozie. But yeah, I'll do that at like 17 minutes. Gino will remind me. Jim John, that's one of the reasons I like this 69 Roadrunner, is because there's so much documentation on it, and it really kind of showcases the history of the car, which is cool. Like this, some of the documents that I have on this car is the copy of the check that Bill used. He paid $2,000 down with a check and the rest in cash, and we got a copy of that, which is cool. But if you're interested in that stuff, I'll show that stuff to you also. The man in black, I bet that was shocking. Is the Charger Lego? Ooh. Coleman, you know what's up. I have a TNN Motorsports hat that I usually wear when I'm live from the house. Right now I'm down in the shop. But I have a few of those, so I'm glad you know what that is. Jason, I'm Tennessee, Middle Tennessee. Audrey joined. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. How loud does the Duke car sound, perhaps? Thank you, Audrey. It sounds good. I got glass packs on the Charger right now. Dang, you cross plains? You're not too far away. You know Putnam County? Where are you at in Georgia? Jim John? I was born in the great state of Georgia. See, we're all neighbors. Like on the Athens side or the other side? No, man, I've still been live here the whole time. I haven't even got off here yet. Yeah, there are a lot of pills there in Putnam County, Coleman. Pennsylvania. Snellville, heck yeah. Oh, Athens side, all right. I got a key to the city of Athens. That should make me cool, right? I spent a lot of time in Athens. Clark County. Jason, that's a 1979 Ford F-150 with the 351 modified in it. That belongs to a family that's had that truck since new. It caught fire about 5 or 6 years ago. And I kind of ran across the owner of it, and I was asking them about it. I was like, why is this truck sitting in your backyard? And she told me about it, and I was like, she's like, if I could find somebody just to get it running, that would be great. And I was like, oh, that's crazy, because I know somebody that has this little automotive nonprofit that provides financial mechanical assistance to people that depend on their transportation for a living. And although it wasn't really something they depend on, it was a cool story. They've had it forever. It's an heirloom in the family. Everybody in the family knows Old Blue. And I was like, I think I could probably get this thing running. So that's why it's here, and that's what I'm doing. I'm getting it running for them. Adam, I'm going to do it here in like 15 minutes. I'm going to be live for another 15. I'm basically just trying to get people to follow along and support my automotive nonprofit, AuxAuto. I got TikTok on one device. I got YouTube on another one. And I'm hoping one day all those follows and subscriptions turn into a way to pay for all these AuxAuto assists. But here in about 15 minutes, we'll go take a tour of some of the cars. And if you're interested in like documentation and paperwork, I've got a lot of it on this Roadrunner I would like to show you. Or yeah, I guess 11 depending on where you are. Right now it's 10 and it's 10:15 Central Standard Time. Jacob, that's just a replica. When we got that car, me and my dad, it only had 84,000 miles on it. 10 minutes, yes. Well, no, 15 would be like 10:30, right? Mr. Sledman, that is a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner, but that is a really good eye because it was very close, aside from the rear end. Maui Man, what's up? Aloha. Who Burford? Buford? Buford Pusser? Did you set a timer, Gina? Yeah, I know Buford. I don't know him. I know that story. Walking tall. Well, Gina, what I meant was at like 10:30. So technically it's about 14 minutes. Buford. Pusser. That was like McNairy County. He's still got that 68 Roadrunner. Oh, Grizzly, heck yeah. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff going on with the whole Buford thing. Thanks, Sledman. Has he owned it since new? Like, did he buy it in 68? Dodgers, they're okay. Mopar, they're okay. What's up, Jody? Where in the heck you been? I even shaved my face for this. Not really. If it was a full McChicken, maybe. Appreciate it, Kale. No, Jim John, that's the Mopars, man. They're all the same way. They're fast, straight line. But when you start turning those things, it gets a little wild. Who's at the Ryman, Jody? The man, I sort of did. I had to go to a funeral I never heard of them. The Lone Bellow. Sounds majestic. Yeah, I'll check it out. Right now I've got royalty-free Appalachian music, or Appalachian, depending on where you're from in the region. Yeah, it's plural though, Jason. It won't come off though. It's all crusted on there. You got Mopars up in Alaska? Lay it on us, Jason. Hi, Bunch. I'm in Tennessee. Yeah, Jonathan, here in about 10 minutes, I'm going to do a walk around of some of the stuff in the shop, and then I'm going to sign off of here. But I usually do it towards the end because it's hard to do it every time somebody wants to see it, because then I just keep getting up and going back and getting up and starting cars and sitting down and getting up and starting cars. And then I wear out all the components on the cars, and then I got to pay for new parts, like, I don't know, starters. So I just wait till the end. Awesome. It's got a 351 modified in it. I'm sitting on a 1969 Chrysler. What is this one? Newport. Yeah, it's a Newport seat. EW. It's probably because of my hat. I'm wearing a different hat. Avanda, you're in here. I didn't even see you. I haven't talked to you in a minute. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Hi, bud. I got a couple of cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or so. Some are parts cars. Some actually run. One of them doesn't run now. The 68 300. How'd you get out of it, Avanda? Sorry, Parth over on YouTube. I got TikTok on one device, YouTube on another one. Ford versus Ferrari. I'm going to have to go with Ford. That's crazy, though. But isn't that like the fun part, though? Like you get to a point where you're just like at the end of the end. What do you do? And then you're forced to reach out and find some advice and get help and fix it. I mean, that's the coolest thing. Too much transmission fluid. Who would have thunk it? Hi, Bush. I think I just answered that, but quite a bunch. Brian, I'm trying to, man. I tell you what, life is short. You really got to try to do everything you can within the time that you're given. And it makes for some cool stories. The man in black, that's the thing, man. I'm not coming in here asking for money. All I'm asking for is for support, and maybe one day all that support turns into a way to pay for all of these vehicles that I'm fixing for other people. I'll take it. The man, I'll take it. Northeast is in here, even if you're in here for a short second. What's up? Dude, the last live that I saw you do when you were going through some of your old jumps and talking about it was absolutely phenomenally awesome. I got to tell you, that was cool. That was so interesting. And I hope your back is doing okay. Yeah, you do, man. Honestly, because like I come in here and promote my automotive nonprofit, where I try to pay people's shop bills that can't afford to make their vehicles safe or operational. But when you do those lives and you talk about the jumps and all the stuff behind it and the behind the scenes stuff and building the cars and like the putting the dash together on your Charger, like that stuff is interesting. I mean, it's cool. I meal prep, so like on Sunday or Monday night I make all my food for the week. And the last time that you did that live, I just sat there and played that live while I was doing all that stuff. Like I don't even really watch. I don't even not really watch. I don't watch TV anymore. I'll just latch onto somebody's live and watch it. But that's exactly what that was, which is cool. Jacob, I got a lot of favorites. This Charger has a lot of sentimental value to it, but the Roadrunner has a lot of documentation and history to it. So I like them all for different reasons. Outlaw, I am going to start it. I will start it, but I'm going to do it here in about 5 more minutes because I'm not going to be on here for much longer. But at 10:30 Central Standard Time, we'll take a little walk around some of the stuff. I'll show you the original engine of the Charger I've got disassembled back here, and maybe some of the documentation I got on the Roadrunner. I hear you, Evander. Yeah, the hood's open, the bed's lifted. It's a work in progress. Jacob, it's not hard to find a push bar for it because I actually know somebody who has them and makes them. I just haven't reached out and asked them if I could buy one from them yet. They might be up somewhere in Ohio, and it's a work in progress. You got another account there, Evan? You trying to sneak in here? Do some spy stuff? Jacob, there are people that make those. That's all right. That's all right, Sean. I like that. 72442. What was the 2 again? 404 barrel. Is it 2-door or dual exhaust? I think it was dual exhaust. One of these days I'm going to be able to hang out with Northeast Ohio Dukes. Bounty Hunter, yeah, that's right. It is a Dukes of Hazzard generally. Jim, the one I have is a bench seat. I got that gum old cowboy hat on there. By good. Bounty Hunter, heck yeah, man. You're just killing it right now. Where you at, Evander? Yeah. Jody, you know I can't help it. Those are triplets. So yeah, let me I'll be right back. I'm gonna flip the cameras around and we'll go do a little walk around with some of these cars. And if you're interested in paperwork, I'll show you the paperwork on the Roadrunner. There we go. What did I miss, Outlaw? Oh, the big orange Bugatti. Sarge, Middle Tennessee. Out in the country. Hey, we'll start with the Charger, the 69. Where are you at? Did you make it to East Tennessee? This is the 69 Charger with the 1973 440 in it from an RV. But that's another thing about this car. These aren't decals. These are actually painted. So it's not like the stick-on ones. That's one of the reasons. Like, I was contemplating going back to the fender code on this one, which I believe was B5 blue. Because I have the original engine. I'll show you here in just a second. But the paint job wasn't cheap. And everything on here was replaced. These B bodies, the rear quarter panel connects to the roof, like right here somewhere. And there's typically there's a seam in there. That's why they put the vinyl tops on there, to cover them up. But that all got replaced. Obviously, I mean, the guy that did this did a great job on it. You can't even tell it's there. But he also replaced these quarter panels. So all the metal and the structure on this thing is 100%. The interior is original. Dang, Evander, you're not too far away. So I don't really want to... I feel like it would be kind of a shame to take this back to its original B5. But it's also got the, from the first 5 episodes, the cross flags in the back of it. We'll start this gentleman real quick. Them old school glass packs on there. We'll do a little quick see of the, this is the Ford. So I'm putting, the gas tank is outside, but this is the new one. I've got to seal up this little hole right here because it's got a sending unit, but it doesn't use that top hole. But it goes in there. Figured it was easier just to lift the bed off of here. And because I've also got to replace some fuel lines. And I'll probably spray some rust encapsulator on this one. Who are you, Johnny Cash? The man in black? This is the 74 New Yorker. '81 Corvette. This one is an AuxAuto donation, my automotive nonprofit. We're still not sure whether this is going to be just a 100% donation car, whether I'm going to fix it and sell it and give the owner what he wants out of it, or if it's going to be just 100% donated. and I use it as some kind of promo car slash burnout car. This is a little fake gas station I built called AuxAuto. This one also has a 74 Chrysler New Yorker 440 in it. And this is the 69 Roadrunner. This is, I think a bird got stuck in here when I left. So I came back this morning and I got dookie all over the place. One of the cooler things that I like about this Roadrunner is I've got a lot of, well, first of all, like a lot of the lights work. The dash, the map light still works. I got a Plymouth Roadrunner jacket. I've got a hat signed by Derek Berry of Vice Grip Garage, which is cool. I got a 6-pack of Billy Beer. I've got a folder with all this documentation in here, which I'd like to show you if you guys are interested. This is the original 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner 383. It's currently bored 30 thousandths over. I got a new radiator and a water pump in here because I took it on a 1,200-mile journey up to Michigan and back, taking back roads and state highways, which was a fantastic journey. Put a lot of things in perspective. Oh, Jim John, sorry about that. I remember you asking about that. The original ones that came on it from the factory. Everything on this car is original, even the rust. Vinyl top, the paint, the engine, still the matching numbers, 4-speed with its 383. With a couple upgraded only necessity. I mean, that's obviously not original, it's O'Reilly's. But here's what drew me to this car. This is Bill, or William. He's the original owner of this 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner. This was it in about 1970 on a trip down here to Tennessee from Detroit. He bought this car new at Raynal Plymouth. And I've got some Raynal Plymouth accoutrements here. Same place that the Black Ghost was purchased, if you're familiar with that. I got the original estimate paperwork. The original bill of sale. The work order with all the options on it. The window sticker. Bill doing the math to make sure he could afford the options. And then his wife making sure that his math was correct. The original receipt. The check that he paid, $2,000 check, the rest of it cash. Proof of insurance. Z-Bart rust process. Build sheet. Oh, that's the stuff I did. And then the owner's manual, the warranty guide, and the key card. So there's quite a bit of stuff that came with this that I was really appreciative of. Oh, yeah. Let me do this, then I'll get off of here. So this 1969 Dodge Charger has a 440 from a 1973 RV in it right now, the dual snorkel. But the original engine, the Man in Black, I just did that when I started it, like 5 minutes ago. This is the original engine to that car. the charger. Carbon buildup and everything. There's the heads for it. Some of the other components. The lifters, the rockers, the cam. The issue with this one, I wonder if I could even show you. That little hole right there with my pinky, that's a cam bearing that supplies the oil to the top part of the engine. And it's not supposed to be in the position that it's in. It's supposed to be centered up right here. And it spun cam bearing, so it wasn't getting the oil pressure it was supposed to. That's the issue I have with this. So if I replace that cam bearing, I can get this original 383 back in the charger, and then I'll have another engine to put into another project. But out here from AuxLand is the automotive look, I'm already confusing myself. AuxLand is the automotive complex that houses AuxAuto, the automotive nonprofit that provides financial mechanical assistance to people that depend on transportation for a living. AuxAuto basically pays the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicles safe or operational. And I come on here, I've got TikTok over here, I got YouTube over here. Try to promote my little 501c3 in the state of Tennessee. Try to get people to follow along, subscribe, and hopefully one day those subscriptions and follows turn into a way to pay for these AuxAuto assists. I've done 15 of them so far to the tune of about 15,000 bucks. So they average out to about $1,000 a piece. Sometimes they're less, sometimes they're more. But it's what I like to do, and I like to keep people on the road. There's a lot of people out there that, as the younger folks would say, are grinding. And the one thing that's preventing them from being successful is the ability to get to the places that they're going, whether it be their job or medical appointments or to pick kids up or to school. The one thing that's preventing them from becoming successful is the ability to get there. And I like to provide that financial or mechanical assistance to their transportation in order to make them successful. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm promoting. I thank you for being here on YouTube and TikTok. I'm going to sign off for the night. And I'll probably do this again tomorrow night because that's what I'm doing now. I'm too old to go out to bars, and I'm too young to go to bed at 4 in the afternoon. So hopefully I'll see you again, and I thank you for being here.